So then she runs this equation, and to be honest, this I wrote it wrong in the sense that there's an alpha 3 times the residual from this equation, epsilon. So the way this equation is actually written, it's SIRT equals, let's see, alpha 0 plus alpha 1 y plus alpha 2 y t I r t plus alpha 3 epsilon I r t. That's the predicted residual, whatever other income from that regression, and plus controls plus epsilon. So in fact, she throws in this third source of income, which is unexplained, in there, because after all, that has an effect on savings. I don't know what, I have no theory about it, but doesn't mean I should exclude it. So these are the predicted values of these things, predicted from this equation. So this equation, this predicts that, and this predicts that, and then I just take the predicted value. So basically, beta times this, and beta 2 times this is that, and beta 1 times this is that. And this thing which is got excluded from the next one, EA, is the residual. Okay, so you see what is being done here. First, you predict these three kinds of income, and you see if the 2 kinds of income you can identify to a different specific type, if they have the predicted sign, meaning one has a bigger effect than the other. And the answer is yes. So this is the effect of so the propensity to save is what's measured here, and these are 3 different measures of savings. Basically, one problem in measuring savings is what do you do about durables. When I buy a television, is that consumption or saving? Sorry? A little bit of both, right? I could sell it tomorrow. I mean, a television or a car is, you know, people sell their cars, right? So it's a bit savings, a bit consumption. So it's always a problem when conceptually we don't really have a fundamental notion of savings because everything is a little bit, you know, anything that's durable has this feature that is a bit consumption, bit savings. So what she does is she measures savings with and without basically durables. They're just different ways of treating durables. Okay, so that's why there are different measures of savings. The basic point is it's very consistent. A higher propensity to save out of temporary income, meaning a lower propensity to consume. $1 of temporary income gets, you know, turns into a lot more savings than $1 of permanent income. So people are doing kind of what you'd expect them to do, which is when they get a positive shock that's temporary, they save most of it. When like this, so you eat 60% of your permanent shock to income, but you eat only 20% of the permanent shock to income. And epsilon is somewhere in between. So it's a mixture of temporary and permanent, as we said, and it has exactly that effect. So there's no prediction about this. This is sort of the mixture stuff. This one is cleanly permanent, this is cleanly permanent. And so you do see exactly the behavior you'd expect, which is people are kind of forward-looking. They're trying to smooth. They're trying to not have too much variation in their consumption. And so even these very poor people in Thailand understood the economics of it. When they get a temporary shock, the rainfall is good. They understand that this is not going to last, and they put a lot of it away. Yeah?
Are there standard errors in the parentheses?
Yeah, these are t statistics, actually, I believe. This is it's a very old paper, and it used to be customary to put the t statistics in the parentheses, and now we put standard errors and expect people to be able to divide. But these are t statistics. Yeah.
What are the results in developed countries look like? Are they pretty analogous?
Yes, there is a large literature on this in developed countries as well, though less good, because there are less obvious temporary shocks. So when people look at like propensity to consume out of, but recently they have looked at, for example, the propensity to consume out of tax breaks, these like with the 2009 crisis, and you see a pretty low propensity to consume out of that. That particular crisis especially, the propensity to save was very high because people were very close to having zero assets. Many people have negative assets. So there was a very high propensity to save out of those.